Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. What are we doing to start? We'll do this to start. Hi, my babies. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Rosebloom story time. I am going through my DMs and emails as quickly as I can, which is not fast. I recently had a few weeks break, not by my own choice. The universe decided to suplex me, and you know, I'm pretty hard-headed, I'm pretty stubborn, so there are times when I get little confirmations from spirit that I'm meant to, you know, kind of take a step back and chill for a little bit, and I say no thank you, and ride the high of all of the endorphins that come from working, because I love what I do, and I love connecting with you, and I love, you know, the background aspect of what I do and all that fun stuff. So I ended up getting a pretty gnarly injury that had me out of commission for a little while, but we're back, baby. We're back, baby. So in that time, I have been just focusing. What else are we taking? Okay. My attention on getting private readings done, and responding to, you know, work emails and such what's. So because of that, I haven't had the opportunity to really keep on top of my Instagram DMs. Deeply unfortunate. I'm also behind on the YouTube comments, but I do always read them as soon as I get them. But I have to get back to you guys, because I love talking to you over there. So I was just doing a little bit of that this morning while doing some computer work, and I got a message quite a while back from somebody who was commenting on the Rosebloom story time, where we spoke about sort of being more open, you know, and how to gauge how open you can be about, you know, if you're into divination, or if you know, can refer to yourself as a witch, or if you do magic or have, you know, intuitive abilities, etc, 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 which I cannot. It was quite a while back. It was one of the earlier Rosebloom story times. So they sent a message saying, you know, thank you, that's cool, you're welcome, thank you. But how do you like go about that in a, you know, in dating or in a relationship, romantically specifically? How do you go about kind of, you know, bringing that up? Do you just like take a full dive into the topic and be like, hey, this is who I am? Or do you tiptoe in it and be like, oh, this bracelet, rose quartz, let's elaborate on that? And I mean, I thought that was fun to talk about, because today's reading is going to be based on dating. It's going to be a romance reading. It's also going to be an extended reading. We're going to get a little bit zippy over on Patreon, because I haven't done one of those in a little while. And I missed it. And there's a lot of that energy in the air right now. We have the sun in Cancer, the moon in Aries, and Venus in Leo, I believe. I believe Mercury just got into Leo recently as well, or is just about to. And if you have ever known a Leo, much like any fire sign, they love their physical intimacy. They really do. They love talking about it. They love proactively participating in it, etc. and so on. So I thought that would kind of be an interesting little thing to talk about. And I mean, it's just, it's like anything. Like, it's not, I understand how like it, you know, it's different from like, you know, oh, what the fuck do people talk about on dating? Where do you work? You know, like, I don't know what people talk about. And you kind of bring it up in the same way, you know, like what are you interested in? What are you, you know, what are some of your hobbies? What are your passions? And you just, I mean, I suppose it like with anything, just depends on your level of comfortability in sharing. You know, it is a personal aspect of, thank you, my loves, of who you are. And so if it's not something you feel called to share, then you don't need to share it, my loves. But I will say, you know, if it's an important aspect of who you are and what you do, and I know for pretty well anybody that actively practices divination or is actively developing their intuition, it is a very important aspect of themselves. And so if this is somebody who you know, see a potential long-term relationship happening with, then I would hope that that's somebody that you would want to be able to be open and honest with. And, you know, it kind of comes down to, you know, if this person loves you, values you, and respects you, even if they don't understand what you do, even if they've never, you know, in a day in their lives had any kind of interest in what you do, not like even if they've never shown you a lick of interest, that's not how that was meant to come out in like divination or intuition is what I meant. Even if they've never had like an interest in that, have never learned anything about it, don't know anything about it, I would hope that somebody you are in a romantic commitment with, or developing, you know, a romantic relationship with, is somebody who values you and respects you enough to at least care, because it's important to you. It's an aspect of who you are. It's something that you do that matters to you. And it's, you know, it's different for everybody. I know some practitioners who it's who they are. It's every essence of their lives. They're very loud and proud about it. And so obviously when they are going to date somebody, either the person that they're going on a date with is already aware of what they do and who they are, or it comes out very quickly. It comes out, you know, the first date. This is what I do. I'm very passionate about it. And I feel like that in part is because, you know, of how they choose to incorporate divination and witchcraft and so on into their lives, but also to kind of gauge the person that they're dating's response to it. You know, are you going to make fun of it? Are you going to roll your eyes? Are you going to, you know, start acting really jittery and scared? Has that ever happened to any of you guys? Any of you guys who have like openly expressed that you practice divination, that you have intuitive ability, witchcraft, etc., etc., etc. Have you ever said it to anybody, not even just in a romantic sense, like a romantic dynamic, but just anybody, and they get like really nervous around you? And it's like, I'm not gonna fucking wizard zap you, like, calm down. And so that helps them, you know, kind of gauge, okay, is this worth my time, or is this somebody who, you know, cannot or will not accept that aspect of who I am? And then I have other friends of mine excuse me, who wait, you know, a little bit and get to know the person, and okay, is this somebody that I want to have a strong standing commitment with? Is this somebody I can see myself being in a committed relationship with? If the answer is yes, then that is somebody who, you know, they would then be open about, oh, okay, you know, I do this, I have this practice, blah, 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 blah. And then there are some people who, you know, they invite the person over and it's like, oh, what are all these cards for? And it's like, so glad you asked. But I do hope that it's not something that you feel you should hide. If it's something that's important to you, if it's something that you feel drawn to, that you feel proud of, like with any other aspect of your life that you feel proud of, that's important to you, I would hope that you do not feel called to hide it for the sake of a romantic relationship, because in doing so, you would be hiding an aspect of who you are. And I do not think that's fair to you, the person you're wanting to be in a relationship with, or your possible dynamic by hiding any aspect of who you are and what's important to you, my darlings. You got to give people the opportunity to see you with clarity and to see you in full honest truth and build a relationship from that. And if you are dating somebody, or if you're seeing somebody who belittles or is disinterested in or judgmental towards an aspect of your life, any aspect, not even an esoteric aspect, but any aspect of your life that matters to you, then I would urge you to reevaluate the dynamic that you have with that person and the relationship that you're wanting to have, and reconnecting with what you're deserving of. Because even if, you know, there are people who are in very healthy, very solid relationships who have extremely different passions and hobbies, careers, etc., etc., etc. But sure as shit, neither of those people are mocking or belittling or disrespecting what the other partner does. Rather, I feel like they would benefit from, you know, showing an interest because it's a passion of the person that they love, or just, you know, being proud of them for existing in a space where they get to do what they love. And I would wish that for any one of you, my loves, because that is the bare minimum that you are deserving of. Did we answer the question? I feel like we did. I hope we did. But I'm very excited. I was going through some Instagram DMs, and there were quite a lot of very sweet, oh my Lord have mercy, very sweet suggestions, very interesting suggestions for Rosebloom Storytime. So I'm very excited. I still can't quite fully wrap my head around. I didn't even have caffeine today. My hands are just shaky. Fully wrap my head around. I don't want that one. Somebody's not gonna like that. Thank you, my love. The fact that this is like something that we do here consistently, and I have so much fun doing it. And the wonderful thing is the comments and messages I get about people expressing how much they enjoy it is mind-boggling to me. Like, there was one Rosebloom Storytime that I think the beginning of it was like an hour, and then I was called from spirit to just like pull for a blind reading for people who were just meant to see the cards as they came. I didn't even like interpret the messages. They just had me pull cards. So while that was happening, I did like a Rosebloom Storytime part 2, and I think that also went for another hour, and there were people who were like commenting on what I was saying in the second Rosebloom Storytime, sorry. And that was mind-boggling that people would listen to me talk for like that long on top of the actual reading that was like an hour, 2 hours. So it's very, I don't know, it's just so cute. This little, like, I love our little niche corner of the internet, my babies. You know I do. You know I do. I feel like the general collective, at least over here, my sweet little rosebuds, my little babies that I do love and adore so very, very much. Not a lot of sleep has been happening, or so much sleep that it's mind-boggling that you still don't feel rested. There's a lot of very tired energy here. And I felt it when I was getting the cards ready for the reading. And I felt really like awake and revitalized. And as soon as I started pulling the decks out, I got this like really, like, not like a bogged down energy, like not like blue or down, just like exhausted, just like you want to be in bed. And you know, when you snooze your alarm to the point that the alarm gives up on you, and it's like, listen, you're not committed to this day, why would I be, sort of energy. And it's like, all right, just calm down for a second. That's how it feels. There's a lot of just tiredness, which makes a lot of sense because at the time that I'm filming this, although this is a timeless reading, my loves, at the time that I'm filming this, there's a lot happening astrologically. There's a lot that we're getting retrograde. I think there's some, fucking insane number, like 7 or 9 planets in retrograde right now. 7 planets in retrograde. yeah, not 9, 7 planets in retrograde right now, which is that shit's bananas. So it would make a lot of sense that there's like a collective call to just chill, just rest, just take it easy, and not making yourselves feel guilty for it. Even if all you do in a day is get up, go to work, come home, have a snack, and immediately go to bed, my babies, you've done it. You're doing what you're called to do. Go easy on yourselves. Listening to yourselves is something that you should never feel ashamed for. You know, listening to your body, listening to what your body needs, and giving yourself that is something incredible. It's something not a lot of people are capable of doing, something a lot of people refuse to do. So if you are doing that, it's not something to make yourselves feel bad for, my loves. I recently, okay, speaking of sleep, as you know, if you've been around for a little while, you know that I do not practice what I preach. That's how you know, that is how you know the messages that come from me come from spirit, because now baby, they're for me as much as they're for you, my loves. My goodness. And I've always wanted, not always, in the last few years, I've wanted one of those apps that like tracks your sleep, the sounds that you make when you sleep. And not so much like the cycle of sleep. I did, yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Anyway, because I'm which I think is true for anybody with, you know, a strong enough intuitive ability, is there's a lot of restlessness when you sleep, because there's a lot that's happening, you know, very active dreams. I know intuitives who are sleepwalkers, sleep talkers. For me, I move a lot when I sleep. I like do what I'm doing in the dream, which is funny, but also not. There have been some incidences where I've, you know, gone like WWE in a dream, and an ex-partner of mine had to like corral me, like wrap me in blankets, so I'd stop trying to like, so I'd stop like right hooking. Anyway, oopsie. And I talk a lot in my sleep, and I always wanted to have one of these apps because I wanted to hear what I would say, because a lot of my dreams are very, very, very strongly intuitive. I get a lot of intuitive insight through my dreams. So I was like, wouldn't it be cool to kind of hear if I said anything that like correlated to, you know, to a message like intuitively, or correlated to a dream I would have, etc., etc., etc. And I wasn't able to find one for a long time that really kind of worked for what I wanted. A lot of them were just tracking like, you know, how deep your sleep was and so on and so forth. So I found one finally, and I've only used it a couple times, but it's so cool. It's so cool and so fucking creepy at the same time. It tracks like your level of sleep as well. And I don't know how accurate that is because it's just on your phone. Like it's not, I don't have like a smart watch or a fitness tarnation thing. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. And so I don't know how accurate that is, but for me it seemed accurate because it was like you're only getting REM sleep 3% of the night, and I'm like, baby, that checks out. I'm a very light sleeper, and I'm also the type of person where if something wakes me up, I'm good. I could sleep an hour and a half, but if something wakes me up and my body's like, well, that was great, we enjoyed that rest, let's get the day started. But it was so creepy. The first time, it tracks just like the sounds that you make. So there's little like clips that it records throughout the night, and it gives you like the time, you know, that it made the recording. And obviously it's like just the sounds of night. I always sleep with the fan on. So you're listening to just this like droning silence, this like sound of the fan in the background. And then you're listening and then you hear yourself like say something. It scared the shit out of me the first time. But it was very cool. It was very, very cool. I haven't used it very much. I do keep forgetting to turn it on before I go to bed. Oops. So, but so far it's very cool. I haven't gotten anything like super exciting, but I did, oh, okay, yes, okay, so one of the first nights, that I used it, I could hear, I have a very, creaky floor in my upstairs. The floors are very creaky. I live in a kind of old house, and the floors are creaky only in the hallway. The upstairs hallway and on the stairs that go upstairs. My room is not creaky, but what's creaky in my room is my bed. It's very, like, when you put any weight at all, even just your hands to like lean on it, it makes this very like creaky sound. I think it's because my like bed frame, the like headboard set is very new, so maybe it hasn't been worn in yet. Is an opening line that I'll tuck away for another time. So anyway, so I hear this like when my daughter comes into my room in the middle of the night. I can hear like, or my dog like, you know, tries to, because my bed's very high up, she has to like, Rowan has to like gauge how high she has to jump. So she'll like put her front paws on the bed and it'll creak, and then she'll like back up and then run and leap on top of it. She has doggy stairs, but she's like, I'm an Australian Shepherd in a lab. I don't need those, thank you. And so I heard this like creaking, this very long creaking of my bed frame, and I was like, oh, it's probably like me like rolling over, or maybe I got up to go to the bathroom and I don't remember, something like that. But it was this very long, like, creaking over, and then somebody whispering something. But then the cool thing was that while I was asleep, I was responding to what they were saying. So although I couldn't understand, like, what they were saying very clearly on the recording, while sleeping, I was responding to them. And that was really cool and really creepy. It was really, really cool. That was spooky. I really liked that. But then other than that, nothing very exciting happened. Yeah. I also don't snore as much as I thought I did. For some reason, I think it's because my family are like very, very loud snorers. I'm sorry to my family. I'm sorry for dragging you on the internet like that. But like very loud. Like you could, like in a fucking, you know, old family trips when we would all, like the 5 of us would be in a hotel room, like fucking rumble, like it was like an avalanche, like it was crazy. So I always thought because of that I would be a really loud snorer, but anybody who I slept with was like, no, 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 and I thought they were just being polite, because I thought they wouldn't be like, yeah, it was like a fucking chainsaw in my ear all night, and I was like, so I was always really self-conscious about it. But no, I don't snore. I do these like kitten breaths, these like little like kitten puffs. And yeah, so it's very cool. It's a very cool app. I'm really excited. I have to do better about remembering to turn it on regularly. Especially, I feel like it's going to be big on like full moons and new moons, and like when I do like rituals like solstices and so on and so forth. So I feel like there's going to be big things then, but I'm very excited. I'm excited to use it more. All right, my loves, is there anything else for Rosebloom story time? I don't think so. They're like, let's get to it. Let's get to the saucy energy. All right, my loves, sparkle, 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 sparkle. Hello, 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 my darlings. My name is Katie of Rosebloom Readings. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my loves. Today's reading, it is getting spicy. It is getting spicy because 1, we haven't been spicy over here for quite some time and I miss it. And 2, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy. What a thing to say. There's a lot of very strong, passionate energy. At the time of filming this, probably at the time of posting it, we're just shy of Leo season. The time it goes up will probably be even shyer of Leo season. Mercury is in Leo right now. I believe Venus is in Leo right now. And Leo is the sign of passion. Leo is, you know, heart-centered, passionate, fire sign energy. Like there's a lot going on, and the collective, I feel like, has been feeling it in the last little while. I feel we're gonna get more into it a little bit. But yeah, a lot of fantasizing, a lot of proactively seeking out physical pleasures and so on and so forth. So the reading that we're going to do today, my loves, is your next passionate encounter and what draws you into them. Yes, correct formation of words. What draws you into them. And then on Patreon, we're going to look into a little bit about the actual physical encounter and that kind of dynamic. So not just like the when, where, how, etc., but also like just the dynamic of your physicality together in an extended reading. So very exciting stuff. Very much looking forward to it. Very spicy. We have 4 piles here today, my loves. The timestamps will be down below in the description box. Pile number 1 is exchanging gifts. Pile number 2 is Imagine. Pile number 3 is Poised, which is very funny considering the context of this reading. And pile number 4 is Time to Go, which is equally as funny given the context of the reading. If you need a little bit more clarity, my darlings, you can take a long breath in through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and let it out slowly through your mouth. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, my loves, it is most likely because there are messages that are meant for you in each of the piles that you feel drawn to. Sometimes in readings we'll get confirmations, you know, we'll get a confirmation like if you felt drawn to pile so-and-so, that's the pile you should go to, but also trust your own intuition, my darlings. Take the messages that resonate with you, my loves. Leave behind what doesn't resonate for those who are meant to receive it. Take all the time you need. There is no rush. Feel free to pause, meditate on it, sit on it, come back to it if you need to. I will always be here when you are ready. I will also be ready, and we will get started, my loves. Hello, my darlings. Group number 1, my sweet, beautiful babies, you need a nap. You either need a nap, or you just woke up from a nap, or you are pushing back a nap to watch this reading, of which, don't know where, we went global on that one, my babies. Of which, if you resonate with that, I cannot say much, because when I pick up on the energy of people watching me when they need sleep or when they're falling asleep, I'm like, my baby, you need to go to sleep. But I have gotten a lot of comments and messages from people saying like they watch me to fall asleep, which I think is the cutest little, like, that's so sweet. Like just mwah, love you. So if that is the case, rest easy, my baby. Rest easy. Let's talk about it. All right, my loves. So let us look into your next passionate encounter and what draws you into them. I always feel like I'm saying that wrong. I feel like I'm saying it right. Like what, you know, what's the pull? What do you got going on that they're like, oh my God, get me some of that. You know what I mean? Okay, so we have exchanging gifts. 27 could be an age for some of you. It could be the age of this person, but also cats. I'm hearing Bengal. I don't know if this is is this a Bengal cat? I think that might be a Bengal cat. Some of you could have a Bengal cat, could want a Bengal cat. This lovely lady as well has a mask on. So that tells me 2 things. One, this is a new person. This isn't somebody that you know as of yet. And some of you are very disappointed in that because there's somebody that you have your eye on, who you're hoping to canoodle bits and bobs with, as they say in Latin. I'm sorry, I feel very goofy today. It's a goofy energy today. It's just it's just me. There's nothing astrological about this. It's just me. And for those of you who are disappointed, if you feel drawn to another pile, also pick another pile. But I do feel as though there's more in here for you as well. Unless you're like, no, none of that, then be free, my sweet darlings. But also the mask feels internet based. So I do not, I feel like this is somebody who you have a connection to in the physical. It feels like, you know, your social circle and their social circle is like kind of a Venn diagram sort of thing. And then you two are like in the middle. So it doesn't feel like you have like a direct correlation to them, but people that you know who matter to you know people who this person knows and who matter to them, if that makes sense. But I do feel as though I'm hearing social media is a big aspect of this connection and how you initially connect with each other. So it could be that you know, have photos from a mutual event and they comment on it, or, you know, they click on your profile and they see what you've got going on and they say, good golly gosh, which is completely valid because I see what you've got going on and I'm saying good golly gosh. And so, as I do, but yeah, so I feel like, yeah, I'm seeing like comments, I'm seeing DMs, I'm seeing a lot of phone action. And I'll elaborate on that on Patreon. So we have meditate and we have massage. Ooh. Okay, so this person could be very, I feel like you're on a, not fitness journey per se. Some of you could be, but it's more so health of like the body and mind and soul sort of thing. So some of you could have recently taken up yoga, Pilates, breath work, Reiki, massage, etc., etc., etc. But I also feel like this person has a very strong passion for physical fitness. You know, like the people that do the, like, what is it called? Like bulking and like weight, body lifting, you know? You know what I mean? Because they love your back, but you love their back. I feel like they have a very muscular back, very defined muscle on them. But there's like an elegance to you that they really, really, really love. Just the way that you look, the way that you carry yourself, especially in your pictures. I feel like on social media, your pictures are very aesthetically pleasing. Good on you, my baby. And there's something very graceful about that. Something that really is very endearing to them. Like it just feels, I can hear them say like, it feels like you're not like putting on anything. You know what I mean? Like you're not trying to be someone other than who you are. You're not trying to, you know, gain like a huge following. You're just putting little snapshots, little memories of your life up, and you exist in a very beautiful way, and that's very endearing to this person because this person is surrounded by, baby, come on now, is surrounded by a lot of, I'm hearing them say pretentious. I'm not saying pretentious, but they're saying pretentious. Just people who, you know, they do it for the clout kind of a thing, which is, this is the internet, my babies. That happens more often than not. So we have the Two of Wands and we have fertility, which is the Empress, which is Cleopatra and Caesar. And we have a lion here. Lion and cats. Okay, so cats are huge symbols for this connection. One of you could be a Leo, but I do feel as though Leo season is very significant for this connection. So at the time of filming this, we are just about to go into Leo season. But if it's not near Leo season, or if it's currently Leo season, you could just be about to meet them if it's currently Leo season. If it's within a week of Leo season ending, it would be next Leo season. If it's outside of Leo season, then it would be the following Leo season. But I do feel very strongly that Leo is a big aspect of this connection. A lot of passion, very heart-centered, a lot of physical draw to each other as well. You both are very attracted to each other physically, but what's nice is that this person is very tapped into your energy, and I feel like something that you don't think they're you know, going to be interested in or attracted to or know anything about really on first glance is the energetic pull that they have to you. But I feel like they're very open about that. They're like, there's something about you, there's something about your energy, there's something about how you are that I really like. And you're like, what? It's very, very cute. This person thinks you're very attractive, as I've said. Can't say it, like very, like stunning. Like not just like that person's handsome, that person's pretty. That person is fucking gorgeous. Take your breath away, hand to your chest, clutching your pearls. Goodness me. Blessings. Blessings in physical form is what you look like to this person. I do feel like there's some element of distance between you both. I do not feel that it's hugely significant. If you live within 3 hours of the border of your country, they could live in the bordering country. If not, then they would live in like another, you know, far off province or state or whatever the fuck they're called. Because there's like an element of this sort of, you know, phone and texting and photo dynamic being like something that really gets utilized a lot early on in this connection, but in a very fun, very exhilarating way that's very like exciting. Aries energy as well is coming up through this. This is startling for some of you, but for those of you who are in future wanting to have children or wanting to have a family, I do see you very early on, much earlier than you're prepared for, having the thought, the subconscious thought, because it like I see you thinking this and it surprises you, of wanting to start a family with this person. There's something very, it's sexy. I gotta say, my babies, I gotta say what they've got going on is sexy. This is a person who, because Empress energy is you, and again, that has nothing to do with energy, my loves, never does, but the Empress is receiving. The Empress, sorry. Sorry, I'm very immature. Fuck off. The Empress is, no, not this early on, I refuse. Creating, you know, the world that the Empress deserves. And that means knowing their worth, knowing their value, appreciating and respecting themselves, giving love to themselves as well as towards others, you know, refilling their own cup in order to fill the cups of others. And I feel like that's your energy. I do feel as though to get to that point has taken you a little bit of time. That's not something that has always come very naturally to you. You've worked on it and you're very proud of yourself for it, and understanding that it is recognized by this person, but also by a lot of people in your surrounding vicinity, my loves. But also I'm hearing very clearly Spirit say, don't worry, your energy is protected. Because I do feel as though you've had experiences with people who have tried to sap your energy, your Empress energy, and that happens very often, you know. The more you have to give, the more people love to take. Sometimes, not everybody. So your energy is protected from the people that would sap that energy. And instead, you're being surrounded by people who see your energy, who respect your energy, and who value your energy as well as you. And this person is in their Emperor energy, so they want to give. They're very in their power. They're feeling very confident. They're feeling very certain of themselves. Work is going fantastic. I feel like they're in a very, not just financially stable, because I was about to say financially stable and Spirit was like, no, up it. Financially abundant place where they're able to take care of people and want to, and they're very good at it. They're very, very, very naturally nurturing. They're protective. They have a very like solid energy, just an energy that like you can lean on if you need to. Like they are very, very strong people, not just physically, but emotionally as well. And they have a very, very loving nature about them, very lion energy. And so it does surprise you when you have this thought of having a family with this person, if family is something that in future you're looking for. I feel like you're going to start seeing cats a lot, like all the time, right before you meet this person. Like, I feel like it's almost going to be comical. Like, you're going to be, you know, walking into your house and there's 3 cats that run by. Or, you know, you're going to get into your car and there's a cat on, like, the hood of your car. And, or the bonnet. Multilingual. And, like, you're just going to see them, like, everywhere. In a way that you can't deny, which is how you know it's going to be a sign from Spirit. But, yeah, very... I really like this connection. I really, really like this connection. Okay. So I feel like, I do feel as though this person reaches out to you first. And for all of you, that doesn't necessarily mean like, thank you, my loves, making, you know, a move on you, so to speak. It could just be, for some of you, that they just comment, you know, on a picture or something, but they do, like, it's more than just like liking 20 of your pictures in a row. You know how some people think that that's like flirting. And it's like, well, I don't know how to take that. This person like actively comments, and a meaningful comment, not just like, you know, heart eye emoji, like something meaningful. This person does not speak unless it is without merit. Like, they only speak when the situation is bettered by what they have to say, sort of a thing, you know, not needlessly. We have birthing. Okay, so for those of you with a womb, we have recognition. My babies, come on now. This is some strong energy. We have surfacing. Yeah, this is happening very fucking quickly. And we have starseed. Fuck me. Okay, okay. Those of you with a womb, who want children, I do feel as though, especially in the last 2 to 7 weeks, you've been having a lot of fantasies, a lot of sexual fantasies, but also a lot of thoughts and sensations. And I feel like you've been seeing a lot of pregnant people as well. Or no, like, it feels like some of you, like 4 people you know right now are pregnant. And so it's put the thought into your head, or it's something that you've wanted for a very long time and you just feel very ready for it. Those of you who don't have a womb but want a family, feels like the same thing. A lot of pregnant people around you, or seeing a lot of like very heavily pregnant people while you're out and about. And you kind of have the thought of like, is everyone pregnant right now? Like, what's happening? But yeah, there's a lot of, I hate the term fertile, like a lot of fertile energy. That's so fucking weird. Like, this isn't a horse breeding program. This is so fucking weird. But a lot of like that energy, a lot of very, you know, Empress energy, my babies. With recognition and starseed, okay, 2 messages coming through on that one. Recognition, I do feel as though this is a person, a lot of you, who you have known 5, 10, 15 years. Like, known of, I should say, because again, it feels like this is like an adjacent connection. So known of, or, you know, you've known the friends that connect you to this person for that long. Like, there's some sort of length to this dynamic that it's kind of like, you know, how did we not meet before? Especially after the first couple times of physical intimacy, where it's like, oh my God, we've been missing out on this. And it's like, you know, timing, my babies. It happened when it was meant to happen, will happen when it's meant to happen. But recognition and starseed, I do feel as though there is a past life connection here, my loves, because you two just fit. You fit really, sorry, you fit really well together. Like, and just the fact that they're so pulled in by your energy as well. I mean, your physicality, absolutely. Your personality, absolutely. You're very soft and sweet to this person. Very, like a very gentle energy. I'm getting a lot of like floral imagery. But the fact that this person can so clearly pick up on your energy, but is so drawn into it as well, I feel like that in part is in relation to this past life connection. Also in relation to how much work you've been putting into your energy, which is beautiful. Very proud of you, my loves. Very well done. Okay. Okay. Let's pull some spell casting oracle. Okay. No, thank you. Just 2, please. Just 2 would do me. I'm hearing something about a festival as well, or like a carnival. I'm seeing, like, I'm picking up on the colors. Sorry for how loud my wrist cracked. Jesus, that was crazy. I'm I'm picking up on like the colors here, but also the colors on the self-care cards are very vibrant as well. So something very bright and vibrant could be the event that you go to with this person. I'm hearing a lot of very loud music as well. I can smell beer. You know how some festivals always smell like beer because there's beer everywhere? I don't feel like that's a Canadian thing. No. Is that, I feel like that's like universal, right? Some festivals, especially music festivals, they just smell like beer and tacos. Beer and fried food. So if in Leo season, end of July to end of August, you have a festival planned, I feel like you're going to meet somebody. I feel like you're going to make a connection. We have freedom. We have animals. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah. Animals are huge confirmations for you, especially in this connection. And we have beauty. I mean, the confirmation, my babies, thank you so much. Did I ask for 2 and then take 3? It's fine. It happened the way it was supposed to happen. Yeah, animals, very big signifiers for you both. Especially confirmations for when you're about to connect, but also confirmations that you've connected to the right one. Because I do get a lot of overthinking from you, my loves, a lot of getting stuck in your head, especially when it comes to blessings from the universe. And that's not a dig at you, my babies. That's very common. When we get what we've asked for or better, it's very easy to be receiving it and be like, are you sure all that's for me? It is, my babies, don't doubt it. White birds as well, specifically doves. Big signifiers. This person thinks you're so attractive, especially because I feel as though some of you have aspects of your physicality that, you know, you are quite hard on, or that you're quite, you know, things that you would consider flaws on yourself. They're not flaws, my loves. They are not flaws. You are absolutely fucking gorgeous. This person appreciates you so fully and genuinely that you have no choice but to believe their appreciation, if that makes sense, my loves. Like, you know, you can't overthink their compliments or overthink their appreciation because it's so sincere and heartfelt. It's very beautiful. I do feel as though you both feel very strongly that it was fated that you meet. Yeah, there's so much like flow to your energy right now. That's so nice. And I feel like you have worked very proactively for that, my darlings. That isn't something that just happened. You've gotten out of bad circumstance, bad living situations, bad relationships, bad jobs, etc., you know, debts and so on, and gotten yourself to a place of peace. Some of you are like, well, I'm not all the way there yet. You're working towards it, my loves, and you're doing fantastic. And that progress is not something to be diminished or ignored. And this person sees that, and it's just so refreshing to them. Your energy is so refreshing to them. You're so different from the people that they have dated before, people that they've had physical relationships with before, people that they associate with for the most part. You're very much a breath of fresh air to them, and that's very endearing. Yeah. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. We have flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. I love that so far this is all about, or not all about, but mentioning energy, because energy is definitely a very key aspect to this connection. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so I feel like bottom of the deck energy, as you getting to know each other, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Beautiful confirmation. So I feel like codependency correlates to, at least for some of you, what we were talking about, you know, in your newfound energy. I do feel as though some of you have been single for quite a while. Some of you have had quite a dry spell because there's been a lot that you've needed to clear from your energy. A significant person who did not appreciate, respect, or value you, who didn't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated of in the past, you've had to clear your energy from that. You've gone through the, I don't want to date anybody right now. I'm not ready for it. I'm not welcoming it. I want to focus on myself. And you have done a fantastic job and are coming out of the other side of it better and more fulfilled because of it, my loves. It's very beautiful. This is a person who's very easy to talk to. This is a person who's very, very funny. They have a really great, really genuine sense of humor. Not goofy funny, like not like making, you know, jokes actively to make you laugh. Just a very naturally funny person. A person who you're with and you don't realize fully how much you've laughed and smiled until, you know, you're home at the end of the night and your cheeks hurt. And you just feel lighter and happier. And you're like, oh my God, I spent 90% of our time together laughing. Because this is just a very light person. This is a person I'm also hearing very clearly you can be your complete authentic self with. I feel like that's something sometimes you kind of shell away. You sort of diminish a little bit the light of who you are in your energy, because there are people who haven't appreciated that light and who haven't appreciated your energy, and this person wants to see that. They want to shine a light on your light, kind of a thing. You know what I mean, my loves? Like, they want to see, it's like whatever you've got, show it to me, because authenticity is very, very, very important to this person. I mean, they're in their emperor energy. That's no bullshit. That's the king of kings. Again, regardless of gender, we don't look at that here, my babies, but that is the king of kings. That is, you know, high knowledge, high appreciation, high value, high understanding, high respect, but most of all, the emperor is no bullshit. You know, it's come as you are kind of a thing. Because if you try and diminish who you are, if you try and hide an aspect of who you are, then all they're going to pick up on is the fact that some aspect of you is being hidden. You know what I mean, my loves? And that doesn't set up for a good foundation for a starting dynamic, whatever you want this dynamic to become. I do feel as though it has the potential to go very far, and to be something very committed and something very long-standing. But I also feel like some of you, you know, are quite, at least currently, anxious about that prospect, and, you know, are looking for something more casual. Some of you are even just looking for somebody to wet your whistle. And if that is the case, then yeah, Six of Wands, then that's what this will be, my loves. There's no rush, no pressure to have this. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh my God, that is good. To make this into something that it's not. Or that you don't want it to be. And perhaps that evolves. Perhaps it starts out as, you know, something more physical, something more friend-based, and grows into something more. Time will tell, my loves. Your boundaries will tell. But confirmation from spirit that your boundaries and your limitations will be respected in this dynamic. So we have the Six of Wands, we have the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Ace of Wands. And I love that. I love that, because that's recognition for what you've done, recognition for all that you've achieved, all of the work that you've put in, your bravery, your courage, your effort. We have the Ten of Swords, which is endings, but the Ten of Swords is endings because it's new beginnings. Do you know what I mean, my loves? We have to get the Ten of Swords so we can get the Ace of Swords. And I love that the Ace we got following that is the Ace of Wands, because that's so perfect in this. That's passion. That is something very fast moving. And this does feel very fast. This feels, I mean, surfacing Wands energy. We got Leo, we got Aries. That's fast, fiery energy. I feel like in readings, if you get readings about this person, or if you pull cards for yourselves, you're going to be getting a lot of Wands energy in this connection, as well as the Emperor, Empress, but especially Wands, King and Queen of Wands for sure. And that's really beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. I love to see it. Okay, my loves, is there anything else that we're going to pull? No, we're going to jump over to Patreon. Okay, my loves, so if you are ending the reading here, if you don't want to know about all the goods going on in future, if that's not what you're into, or you want to keep it a surprise, that is fine, my loves. We can end the reading here, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know. I love talking to you guys. I love hearing from you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please subscribe if you feel called to do so. All of my links for Patreon with the extended readings, exclusive readings, Instagram, and my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. I always feel like there's something between that and this. There never is. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my loves. I'm very excited for you. This is a connection that you're deserving of, and I'm really excited for you to have it, and I love you very, very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my babies. Group number 2, my beautiful darlings. I know what you've got going on. I know what you've got going on, my babies. You've been having some dreams about this person. You've been having some dreams, my babies. You've been having some thoughts. You've been having some fantasies. This is a person also I'm feeling very strongly that you have manifested. 2s are very big numbers for you as well, my darlings. 2s, 22s, and 222s. Especially license plates. I'm seeing a lot of license plates and bus numbers. A lot of like traffic involved synchronicities. You could spend a lot of time in traffic. You could have a long commute. I'm also seeing this particularly as the is it DreamWorks? Who did Shrek? That was DreamWorks, right? Yeah, I think so. It all comes back to Shrek, my babies. It's as it should be. And I feel like that's relevant. How is that relevant? You could have recently watched a DreamWorks movie. Huh. I feel like that's, yeah, that's how that comes. Could have recently watched Shrek. If you have, I'm really sad you didn't invite me. But yeah. A lot of dreams about this person. This person's coming through in meditations very clearly. This feels like a very long-standing spiritual connection. So this is somebody who you have been feeling, who you have been seeing, who you have been hearing, etc., 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 especially hearing about from intuitives, from readers, so on and what have you, for quite a long time. Like minimum 2 years. Some of you, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a 5, 6, 7, 8. On my right arm, I'm getting this sensation. Okay, at first I was like, it's like somebody like holding your arm and their nails digging into you, but it doesn't feel like that because it doesn't feel like a squeeze. It feels like biting. So somebody's very into biting in this connection. We'll get into that in a little bit. We have clean your space. And we have sex. Okay, all right. I mean, I'll say. That's fucking incredible. Okay. All right. So I feel like because we're going to be looking into not only your next physical encounter, but also what draws you into this person, draws them into you, you into them. Whatever they look at and they say, holy shit, look at that. So 1, the badonkadonk, be crazy, my loves. 2, I feel like this person really... Okay, there's something about you and your life that seems very put together to this person. And as I say that, I could already hear some of you being like, baby, what the fuck are you talking about? You couldn't be farther from the truth. And sometimes the way we come off is different than the way we perceive ourselves. I feel like you're a lot more put together than you give yourselves credit for. And this person sees that, recognizes it, and values it. You're lovely to this person. Some of you could have tattoos that this person's very drawn into. But there's something very like, just very mature about you. Something very put together, something very attractive in the way that you're organized, you take care of yourself. I feel like you could have your own businesses, or you could be high up in where you work and be responsible for a lot of people. Like you have a lot of, not a lot of pull, but like a lot of responsibility, I should say. And I will say that the dreams and the fantasies and the thoughts are very mutual between you both. But also the desire to boink is very prevalent very soon after connecting, even before, we have to be honest, my babies, even before when you're just connected energetically, but is very mutual, and the desire to act upon that very quickly is very mutual. And I do feel as though something outside of your comfort, not outside of your comfort zone, something outside of what you're used to doing is being physically intimate with somebody shortly after knowing them. But it feels like you're physically intimate quite quickly after meeting them in the physical, but it feels like there's a pre-existing dynamic. So not just energetically, but I do feel as though this is, okay. I feel like, excuse my stomach for grumbling. I feel like this is somebody you meet online. And we got that in the last reading as well, but in the last reading, it was somebody they knew of, or at least had like some mutual connection to in the physical. This feels more distanced, especially with like the clouds out here and like the vast open space. This feels like primarily online. Like this isn't somebody you know already. It's somebody you meet online who lives a distance away. So there's a lot of connecting physically. There's a lot of like connecting intimately through those means. So telephones, video chats, pictures, texts, etc., etc., etc. Did I say telephones? What year is this? We have the 5 of Wands and we have 8 strength. Okay, gorgeous. Oh, my babies. Oh, I love to see it. I love to see it. Okay, so you give this person a lot of strength, especially energetically. It feels like you're very, very tapped into your energy, especially intuitively. Some of you could know like of this person. Some of you could know like who they are, have your eyes on their social medias. Others of you just know of them. You've felt this person for a long time and you know they're your person, even if you don't have a name or a face to put to them as of yet, so on and so forth, but very tapped into their energy. And you both exchange a lot back and forth of your energies, and you exchange like they're very protective of you, very reassuring, and you are the same for them, but in a different way. You give them like the strength to push through something and to persevere, whereas they give you the kind of protection to stand in your strength, if that makes sense. It's very beautiful. This person really admires you, really respects you. You feel very ethereal to this person. Like it feels like the way that you are and what you do is not something this person is familiar with, but something they're very attracted to. And I'm hearing something about fantasy. So some of you could work in film. You could be writers. Some of you could work as intuitives as well. Like there's an element of very like ethereal fantasy type stuff. I'm seeing a lot of Lord of the Rings. I'm seeing a lot of the elves. I'm seeing who are you? Brunhilde as like the elves in Lord of the Rings. So there's something, yeah, just very, I'm not going to take it. It's going to come out if it wants to come out. Very different but alluring about you, and something that this person's very interested in because they have a very like active fantasy life. Like this person thinks a lot. This person's very imaginative, very creative. Thank you, my loves. This person spends a lot of time in their heads, not in a negative way. Like it feels like they do make money off of their imagination and creativity and passion. But yeah, it's like you're like the perfect fit for them in a way that they never even thought possible, because it feels like their tastes are really like open. Like they're, you know, they're the types of people who could find anything to like about anybody, kind of a thing. Very agreeable people, I'm hearing. But you fit perfectly in a way that it's like you're everything they didn't even know they wanted, type of thing. I am hearing nerd quite clearly. I do feel as though there's a bit of nerdiness in this group, you know. Video games, comic books, anime, that kind of stuff, collecting things, which I don't understand how that would correlate to nerdiness, but it's fine. I'm just listing my own passions as well. So we have birthing, we have union, and we have fearless, my babies. What did I say? Okay, this person loves your bravery, your authenticity. There she is. Thank you so much. Your authenticity and fearlessness in being exactly who you are and not compromising any aspect of who you are for the sake of any kind of, you know, preconceived notions or judgments, etc., etc., etc. You exist exactly as you are, and as you are is fantastic, my loves. As you are is wonderful, and you deserve to exist in that space, and you hold the space that you exist in very, very, very dearly and with high importance because of the respect that you have for yourselves. And this person sees that and says, that's the hottest shit I've ever seen in my life. I will say this, okay, this feels a bit different than group one, because group one, it was a bit open-ended. It was like some of them wanted, you know, something more casual. Some of them wanted something that would, you know, grow into something more committed. This feels like that's not you both. You both are not the type to do one-night stands. You're not the type to have friends with benefits type circumstances. You're very loyal, very committed people. Because this connection feels very committed, and it's wonderful because it feels like, you know, although you're both, there's a lot of wordplay here. There's a lot of very, 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 very saucy wordplay. You're both very witty. There's a lot of Mercury energy in this connection. You could have Mercury placements in Mercury ruled signs, Virgo and Gemini, or you could be Virgos and Geminis, or yeah, I'm hearing Taurus and Leo as well. Yeah, Earth sign especially, Capricorn as well, with the commitment here. Yeah. And we got air with Imagine, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so it does feel like when you two are finally like fully physically together, physically intimate with each other, you have established your connection. Like you two are but it feels like, okay, this is interesting. It feels like it takes a bit of time to establish verbatim that commitment to each other, but off the bat, you two are very committed to each other. Even before you know of each other, even before you meet each other online, you're very committed to each other. And it's like a subconscious commitment, like an energetic commitment. It's like, okay, I know my person's out there, so just doing your stuff and existing, and then you find them and you're like, oh my God, you're my person, and then committing to them that way. For those of you that want a family, I do feel as though this is a person who has a family with you. I feel like the signs that you're going to get, both of you, right before you connect, is you're going to be seeing, because you both, I feel like you both work online because you spend a lot of time online, spend a lot of time on the computer. I feel like both of you are going to see a lot in your vicinity of, you know, people getting married, people, you know, starting families, people having babies, getting pets, moving into houses, etc., etc., etc. Like it's going to like surround your what the fuck are they called? Algorithm. And that's going to be your sign, because that is very much what I'm feeling as though you both are looking for. Not to say you're just looking for somebody to, you know, receive or plant your seed in or whatever the fuck. But you're instead knowing that, you know, in the long haul is what you want. And you both want the same thing. You want your union. I do feel as though you both get married. I don't feel as though, oh, somebody's tickling the right side of my neck. Oh, this is a very sweet group. Okay, this is very cute. I do feel as though for one of you, marriage is something that you've always wanted to experience. And I feel like the other, it's like neither here nor there. So because it's more important to one person, the other person does it. Because that your dynamic feels so mature and beautiful and responsible and respectful and loving. It's very much that energy of if something's neither here or there for one person, but it's really important to the other, then obviously you do, you know, what matters most to the person it matters to, rather than the person who's like, nah, you know? And that's a really, you feel like that's something that would come easily to connections, but that's not something that a lot of people get to very effortlessly. This is a gorgeous connection. Beautiful, beautiful connection. I love what I'm seeing. Okay. Excuse me for squeaking. Okay. Pull these, and then we'll get the romance angels. This feels very close though, but it feels like it's been close for a long time. So I can understand, I can feel a lot of frustration from a lot of you in that, where it's like, yeah, I've been hearing that it's close. Thank you. We have finding, confirmation, my babies. Thank you. Happiness. Oh, blue butterflies are huge signs for this connection. Because in both of these cards, we've got blue butterflies, and we have trust. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. So spirit very much shining the light here as well. Bottom of the deck is psychic abilities. You're my intuitive groups, my babies. My intuitive group, my babies. But I will say I feel as though your person is intuitive as well. And that's very understandable considering the connection that you have, considering the fact that you can reach each other in each other's dreams, even if you don't necessarily know who that's from or what that person is, etc., etc., etc. A very strong connection that way. And yeah, blue butterflies, definitely. Songbirds as well. Music is very important to this connection as well. One of you could be a musician or had dreams about wanting to be a musician. Music popping into your head out of nowhere. Take note of it, my babies, because I feel like that is how you communicate primarily with each other. A lot of telepathic communication. But finding happiness and trust, spirit's like, my baby, we're doing the grunt work of this. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to control anything. You don't have to hold tightly to anything. We're going to lead you two together. So for those of you who, you know of this person but don't really know how to get a hold of them, or who, oh my God, I'm making a mess. That's too many, my sweet babies. Thank you so much. Or, you know, you're worried that, like, you won't be able to find them, or etc., etc., etc. It's all, you're finding each other, my babies. It is all taken care of. Trusting it, but knowing it is coming very soon. Very soon. Within 7 months for most of you, I'm hearing. It's very exciting. There's a lot of really, really, really happy energy here. I feel like, it doesn't feel like there's been any kind of like malicious delay in this connection. It really just feels like it's what's been needed to be done. You both are the types of people to follow your hearts in all ways. That's how you know you're finding each other as well, my loves. Trusting your hearts, listening to your hearts, following where your heart leads you, and knowing that through that, one, you've gone and done what you've needed to do, what you've been called to. You've sorted out what needs to be sorted out. But two, that you'll find each other through that as well, my loves. We have, it is safe for you to love, open your heart, and give and receive the highest energy of all. I don't know why I'm shuffling these again, but I started doing it, so I guess I'll do it. Thank you, my loves. All right, we have... keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Yeah, definitely. And we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah, absolutely. This doesn't feel necessary. No, okay. It's a loaded bag here. Loaded potato. It feels like, you. Okay. There's a lot coming through right now. I'm sorry if you can hear the airplane outside of my window. Definitely an element of travel here. Overseas for sure. It feels like, yeah, there's some sort of like pleasant surprise here. Like maybe you have the physicality or aesthetic that this person's always been attracted to, but what you do for a living is not something they ever would have expected you to do. Or vice versa. Maybe you have always been attracted to a certain type, you know, of person or aesthetic or look, and this person looks different, but the attraction is undeniable, and it is so prevalent that you can't doubt it, and you can't miss it, my babies. It's very beautiful. I will say, what you do for a living, this person finds very attractive. Your success is very attractive to them as well, but also your intelligence, your personality, your compassion for people, your understanding of like the world and the nature of people, your ability to forgive, I'm hearing as well. I feel like that comes through like later on in the relationship, talking about, you know, things that you've experienced and so on and so forth. Thank you, my loves. And, you know, the way that you speak about people who, you know, have done things to you that would be hard for a lot of people to move past, you've forgiven for the sake of your own well-being. Three of Pentacles, absolutely. So your work does have Two of Pentacles and the King of Cups, my babies. Goodness gracious. Your work does have some correlation to how you two connect. I don't feel at all like what you do and what they do is the same. Like, I don't feel like you initially work with them. I feel like eventually, yes, you do. But there's so much that's like awe-inducing about what you do for them that it doesn't feel as though it's what they do. Because if it was what they do, they'd just be like, oh, I do that too. But your focus and drive and the success that you have brought yourself is something they really greatly admire. The duality of you as well, I'm hearing them say. Like, there's so much more to you than what is at first glance. A lot of romance in this connection. This person thinks you're very sweet, very romantic, very passionate, very loving, very darling, very lovely, very lovely, very darling. Somebody very emotionally mature, and that's very attractive to them because I do not feel as though they have a lot of people in their circle, in their vicinity, who are as emotionally mature as you. It's something they really value and really respect. Very attractive to them. Your voice as well, I'm hearing, is something that's very attractive to them. But yeah, I feel like within 7 months you're going to be talking to them. I do feel as though the connection exists online for a while. I feel like it does move quite slowly. It's friends, and then it's something more, and then it's commitment, and then it's, you know, moving together, being married and having kids and dogs and horses and so on and what have you. But this is somebody from overseas. There's a lot of water in this connection. I do feel like for the majority of you, spring and summer are really big for your connection, because this like bright blue cloudy sky and the water is making me think of like just beaches and like that renewed, like after winter passes in the northern hemisphere, I should say, spring and summer in the northern hemisphere, after winter passes, things just have that like renewed vitality to them, and that's what feels like, you know, kind of brings you two to collide together in a really beautiful way. It's really gorgeous. I do feel strongly that someone in this connection, perhaps even both of you, is a writer. If you resonate with that, I'm picking up on the message that if you're worried that you won't be published, to not worry, but you need to finish it, my babies. You started it and you need to finish it, and it will be successful for you, my loves, but you need to finish it because you're capable of doing it, and it's going to go really well. Is there anything else for this? Ooh, all right, my babies. So if you are ending the reading here, I love this person's energy. This person's so sweet. I'm sorry, I was just about to finish and I just, so sweet. A lot more, this person has a really wonderful balance of tapped into their inner child and being mature. I feel like for some of you, this person could be a bit older than you. And it feels like there's definitely a difference in either ethnic or cultural background. Your first languages could be different, but at the very least your accents, even if you speak the same language, your accents are different. But there's just so much that's so attractive about this person as well. Like, they're very put together in a way that they don't credit themselves with. Very financially successful, like hugely financially successful, very connected to their emotions. I'm hearing this is a person who couldn't be ashamed to cry because it just wouldn't help. They would do it anyway. Like movies, things that move them. They're very emotionally moved by things in a very authentic way. Very kind-hearted people, very heart-centered people. The type of people that you would never want to see anything bad happen to. You would never want any harm to come to this person because they're so gentle. They're so loving. They give out so much kindness, so much respect, so much adoration. Very misunderstood people as well. So the fact that you see them so clearly and appreciate them for who they are genuinely means everything to them. Okay, now is there anything else? Ooh! All right, my beautiful babies, if you are ending the reading here, if you are satisfied with that and want to keep the juicy goods a surprise or a secret or whatever else, then that is okay. If you would like the extended reading, I will put the link to it on Patreon in the description as well as in a pinned comment down below. But if you are ending it here, my babies, I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you, love to talk to you. If the reading resonated and my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email, excuse me, squeaky chair, for more information on private readings is down below in the description box. Again, thank you so much for being here with me. I love you very, very much. I'm very excited for you. Bye. Okay, I'm rolling away. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. Okay. I'm hearing Cotswolds. I'm hearing Cotswolds off the bat. Group number 3. Hello, my babies. Hi, my love. Just a sec. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, hearing Cotswolds off the bat. Numbers 8 and number 12. Number 8 and number 12. Big numbers for you, my babies. This is your reading on your next passionate encounter. My loves, as well as what draws you into them. Very interesting reading so far. I'm really, really, really loving the energy that we have so far. So we have build strength and we have sound healing. Okay, off the bat, I'm feeling as though if you were drawn to pile 2, to click on pile 2, because it does feel as though there are some similarities. And I feel like if you went from pile 2 to this one, or if you're going from this one and then feel drawn to pile 2, the second reading is going to have confirmations that you need to be like, oh shit, okay. But this group also feels incredibly intuitive. I also feel like you've put in so much work in your self-improvement, my babies, in whatever form that means, mentally, physically, caring for yourself more, tapping into your intuition more, doing, things that you love more, things that, allow you to experience joy more. I feel like a lot of you have kind of thinned out your inner circle as of late and kept like the significant healthy connections close to you. You've done a lot of work to better your life and to make your life something that you experience a lot of authentic joy in. That's gorgeous, my babies. So we have build strength and sound healing. Okay, so music, as with group 2, very, very important to this connection. You're in you feel like you're, no, yeah, it's pretty equal. You're really in a state of receiving. I feel very strongly, my loves. I do feel as though you're very connected to this person. Spiritually very connected. I feel like you have some of you, if you have, I don't feel as though this is somebody that you have met yet or come into contact with yet. I do feel as though it's just about to happen, but you're in that stage of receiving. You're in that stage of like, I know I've done what I have to do. And now, like, it's not like it's like you're wishing on a star, but you're also putting in the work in terms of, making the manifestation happen, and you've done so. And so now you know that you just sit back and you let that work come to fruition. You let the universe work with your person's energy and then bringing you both together. It's very beautiful. I feel like you've been really reconnecting to music a lot, listening to music a lot more. I can hear you guys humming and singing a lot more. I feel like music is something that you've had a passion for a very long time, that you are now kind of rekindling, or at least, investing more attention and more passion into in a very beautiful way. We love to see it, my darlings. We have the Queen of Wands. That's absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the Four of Cups. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, this is really fucking nice. This is really nice. Okay, so this is a person who, I mean, to say what did they, what about me draws them in, and to get the Queen of Wands is everything, because the Queen of Wands is charismatic, charming, generous, creative, passionate, gorgeous, very, very, very sensual, alluring, funny, sweet, like so much that's good. And it feels like that's how this person sees you, is all of the above. All of the above, my babies. They see you you're also in your power very much. You're very successful right now. You have done a lot of work, as we've seen, to get to the point where you are. You've built a lot for yourself, and now you're actively working towards, you know, what is important to you and what you want and what matters to you, but you're also very much in a place of sitting in your power. And it's like, yeah, I've built this, I've created this, and now I get to experience it fully. It's lovely. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. My eye just went to the water here. So I do feel as though there's an element of distance to this connection, but you feel like a wish come true to this person. Very, very genuinely. You feel like everything they've ever wanted and more. Like it's one of those situations where when you connect with somebody and it's like, okay, they have every possible thing that I know I've wanted and needed and more. How are they real? That's how you feel to this person. But I feel like the feeling is mutual as well. This person is coming forward with a lot to offer. Yeah, a lot to offer. And I feel like for both of you, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than both of you are aware of, because I do feel as though you both are extremely intuitive, but there is this kind of sense of like restlessness a bit, not so much boredom, just kind of restlessness of like knowing when something's going to happen, but having to wait, not knowing the timeline. And that's what this feels like. But it feels like, you know, with the Four of Cups, like we can be sitting with our cups and we can, you know, be kind of a little discontented, but we can also not fully recognize like that the cups are around us, or that the cups are, you know, filling, or that there's more cups coming. And that's what it feels like. It feels like, you know, you both are in a phase right now where Spirit is really taking the helm of this dynamic and bringing you both together and connecting you both and making sure that you both are in the place in your lives that you both want to be. I can feel somebody's hand on my hip right now. Kind of like, okay, yes, that's exactly what it feels like. It's like it feels like your person standing beside you, putting their hand on your hip, or you putting, you know, your hand on their hip and kind of like tucking, like, you know, come here, come snuggle in close to me. That's what it feels like. So it feels like you both, you know, Spirit's really bringing you both very closely together in a way that, you know, you both are deserving of, in a very solid way, a way that won't, you know, that won't kind of fizzle out, sort of a thing, because you both feel this strong pull to each other. You know that this is something big. This is something that's surpassed lifetimes. This is something that's going to be very long standing. This is something that's going to be extremely significant. And in that, you know, you both have kind of had to, it's been a lot of not just trusting the process, but also you both have really had to shed a lot. You've had to go through, I'm seeing a lot of transformations. I'm seeing a lot of tower moments. You know, a lot has had to, yeah, storm, absolutely. A lot has had to crumble. A lot has had to come down and you know, be removed and be gone through and experienced in order to leave what was only solid and what was meant to stay, so we can rebuild. But also, my loves, in the tarot, right after the Tower is the Star, and the Star is wishes coming true. The Star is, you know, the universe hearing what is in your heart and gifting that to you. So we have frequency shifts, so things are very actively changing, but you've been feeling those changes. I'm hearing, I'm hearing 2018 or 8 years. For both of you. Like, you both have been through so many life experiences, so many life changes, so much growth, so much, just so much. It has felt very much like a roller coaster, and it feels like at least one of you has been aware of, because one of you is a bit more connected to their intuition with a bit more clarity than the other. But it feels like, you know, whoever has the stronger intuition, this connection, is aware that they've had to go through those experiences for a purpose. And so it hasn't been easy, hasn't been pleasant, but they've done it just as the other has done it as well. And let things be shaked up, even when it's tiring, even when it's exhausting, even when it's frustrating, even when it's difficult. Let things be shaken up, because there is, much like in group 2, we got this message as well, there is a huge drive for both of you to, it's not even a drive, it's like you both have no choice but to follow the lead of your heart, and where your heart leads you. And it always, in doing so, you know, it always works out. You know, there's difficult things you both have been through, there's things you've had to, you know, had to let go of, that you've had a hard time letting go of, but have done. And it's always been for the better. There's always been, even if you haven't been able to see, you know, the reasoning behind it, seen the higher purpose for why, you know, you've experienced the storms and tower moments that you've experienced, knowing that it's for a purpose. It has to be, and always has been. And trusting in the divine, trusting in the universe, trusting that, you know, you are taken care of, you are loved, trusting in the fortune of the energies that love and appreciate you. And in a lot of ways, you both do feel very lucky. And that's a beautiful energy to have, because there is a lot of luck in this connection. There's a lot of fortune in this connection. You both have a very significant purpose as individuals, but also in coming together. And it feels like there's such a soul deep love between you both. It is undeniable. I feel like you both have gone through life being very emotionally invested in, you know, stories of romance, and in, you know, wanting to, some of you, like in your younger years, teenage years, etc., wanting to find like a partner. Some of you could have either, you know, asked a lot of people out, not had much luck with partners. Others of you could have, you know, kind of had like a lot of different connections, perhaps with people that, you know, weren't the best matches for you, just to have connections. Like you both, because there's so much love that you both have had for each other and have for each other, that before you're at a point when you know, okay, this is a person my soul loves, and that's why I feel this left-hand itchiness for you, my love. Some of you could have carpal tunnel as well. I'm feeling specifically pinky finger and middle finger. And thumb as well. Some of you could, what was I saying? Bring it back, please, my loves. Yes, so you've had this love that you felt, and before, you know, when we're at a time before our intuitions developed, we're younger, etc., whatever the reason may be, we just feel that love outpouring from us. But it does have a destination. The destination is each other, and it feels like in so many lifetimes that you both have had together, your purpose has been to find each other, to love each other, but there's also been a greater purpose, a purpose to give. You both give a lot. You bring a lot of happiness, a lot of connection, a lot of joy, a lot of healing, a lot of love towards so many people as well. And it does feel as though that pertains to your purpose as well. Also something pertaining to creativity. And I really love the order of these cards that came out. You two, the synchronicities you two get are incredible. Like the messages that you two get are so clear. 11, 11, and 4 of Wands as well coming up for you, my loves. So we have frequency shift, storm, celestial, and right order. And I love how that goes, because it's like, yeah, things have to change and then things get shaken up. But, you know, we trust our hearts. We trust that it's for a purpose. And then everything kind of sorts out, and you two have the ability to walk a clear path directly to each other. And it's very beautiful. Okay, let's pull some of the spell casting oracle. But I do feel as though you meet online. I feel like actually there's some sort of like, it's not funny in the moment, but in the long run, when you retell the story, when you regale your experiences and your connections, so on and so forth, it's a funny. But as Super Mario would say, it's a funny. It does feel like someone sends like a message, or there's some sort of message that gets like lost or mixed up or not received at first. And then the person who was meant to receive this comment or message finds this person and reaches out to them. And this other person's like, oh yeah, I sent you something like so and so long ago, my babies. And then the person who, you know, didn't receive the message is like, what? But it happens the way it's supposed to. Okay, this is bananas. This is gorgeous. We have commitment, we have fertility, we have willpower, and I would like one more, please. And we have well-being. Oh, that's so cute. This connection, I will say, bottom of the deck is passion, my babies. Now, isn't it? This connection, it's doing something to my heart chakra. I won't lie to you, my babies. It is doing something to my heart chakra. The color blue is so big in this connection, so important in this connection. Birds as well, owls, ravens, crows, and doves, as well as sparrows and robins and, oh, what are they? The tiny little cute pudgy ones. Wrens. This is gorgeous. This energy, okay, I can't get over it. I cannot get over it. So this person really, they love you. They love you so fucking much. You both love each other very much. It's like coming home. Meeting each other for the first time, connecting with each other for the first time feels like coming home. And I know this is supposed to be like a, you know, sexual reading and blah, 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 and we'll get into that, but this is so beautifully loving. Beautifully loving, stands the test of time. You two can't not find each other. I need to be honest about it, my loves. You can't not find each other. Like this string of fate vibes here, the fact that they're so intertwined with each other. I mean, you could knock that bad boy, you could hit it with a chainsaw, it could be under the ocean for 550 years. You would always find each other. Always find each other and reconnect and be like, oh, there you are. That's what it feels like. I do feel as though you meet online for the first time, but I feel like when you connect, it's like, oh my God, this is where you've been. Like, I've been looking for you. It's very sweet. You're gorgeous to this person. You are gorgeous. You are very sexy. You're very alluring, very successful. They love the, I'm hearing, you know, what you've built for yourself. They love your dedication to the people that you love. They love your sense of humor. They love how you have like a Midas touch. Like anything you touch turns to gold, but it doesn't feel like through luck. I feel like you credit it a lot through luck and you're like, yeah, I just, you know, lucked out. And it's like, no, you don't give yourself enough credit for how hard you work and how much you persevere and how much you put into what you do in order for it to turn to gold, kind of a thing. Yeah, but you both are so wonderfully dedicated to each other. So like the patience, it's been hard to be patient. It has, my loves, especially for one of you. It's been hard to be patient through this. Flip. Oh, it was worth it though. Okay, it was good. Come here, my love. Come here, my, what are you? Okay, no, different thing. Not related to what we're, did I get them all? I can't see. It's dark under there. Okay. Thank you, my loves. What was I saying, my babies? Please bring it back. So much dedication and yeah, my babies. This one was flipped over, so I only saw that one, but oh, yeah. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. Oh, it's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, fuck, it's so good. I mean, things you'll be saying as well, am I right? Anyway, okay, this is, okay, I need a minute. I need, oh, my babies, hold my hand. Hold my hand, we're in this together. Oh my God, I feel faint. Whoo, ha, he, oh my, okay, this is so good. This is so fucking good. This is so, I feel like some of you actually reached out your hand when I asked you to hold my hand and I closed my hand. That's very cute of you, by the way. Okay. My heart rate right now is like 186. This is crazy. Okay. Are you excited? I'm fucking stoked. This is amazing. Okay. Collect yourself. Me. All right. Okay. I can't collect myself. I can't do it. Okay. Babies. Oh my God, I'm so sweaty right now. This is crazy. It just hit me too. Like, I am literally physically on top of the air conditioner right now. But the vent. But like, it just hit me like a wave. Immediate sweat. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so sexy on Maine all the time. Okay. My babies. All right. So you've had to be patient. It's been difficult, but meeting each other proves that the patience has had a purpose. And both of you know, even subconsciously, that your patience is serving its purpose. And you've given that trust to the universe. And because of that, you both are very close to meeting each other. I just got a huge blow of cold air, from like not where the vent is. So spirit is very close to you. It feels like this, like a wave crashing over you. And it's so good, my babies. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups. We have Karma, which is judgment in this deck. And then we have the Four of Wands. It's divine love, my babies. 11-11. I feel like you're seeing a lot. Not even just in time, like 11-11. I feel like some of you are very, very, very adamant on making a wish at 11-11. This is so you both fantasize a lot. And for some of you who aren't aware of this person or vice versa, you don't have like a face to put to these fantasies, but you fantasize a lot about like one person, one particular energy, and those fantasies, those wishes, those, when you know, walk out of your room in the morning and you think, oh, it'll be nice to be able to see, you know, my partner in the kitchen making breakfast, making coffee. Those thoughts, those fantasies, those visualizations, one, accurate as fuck because they're going to happen, but two, put a lot of energy in bringing you both together. Because you're energetically saying, I believe in the universe. I believe that we're going to be together. I believe that we're going to find each other. And you are. With the Knight of Cups, my babies, that is romance. That's dedication. That's true fucking love. That is an offering of love. And I feel like it's happening. It's happening very, very quickly. If I'm hearing October, I feel like summer into October, so July, August, September, October, are very significant for this connection. Pumpkins as well. I feel like what do I feel like? I feel sweaty is what I feel like. I feel like I can't get over this shit. Okay, calm down. I have a job to do. October feels very important to this connection. Halloween specifically as well. It could be when you talk for the first time online. It could be when you meet each other in the physical for the first time, because again, I do feel as though there's an element of travel, an element of distance. But I mean, wishes coming true, my loves. Wishes coming the fuck true. That's incredible. I feel like, yeah, you both are very tapped in. One of you who is more connected to their intuition has been connected to this dynamic, connected to these energies for a very long time. But it does feel as though in the last 2 months or since the last February, both of you have, somebody's playing with my hair, hello, have been like mutually connected, and that brings telepathy, that brings, you know, shared emotion. If you feel emotions come up and you're like, where the fuck did that come from? It does feel as though you're connected to your person, smelling your person, hearing your person's voice, getting songs from your person. A lot of strong telepathy that is allowing this Knight of Cups energy to happen, that will then lead to this Four of Wands energy, because this is something stable, this is something forever, this is something certain, this is something divine, my babies. Divine. This is destined. It's so good. It's so good. It is so good. Oh my god. I have butterflies. Honestly, genuinely, this is beautiful. This is really, really, really beautiful. Could get married in the fall as well to this person. Something about October is very important to this connection. Okay. Eating more regularly. that's coming up as well. Yeah. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, yeah. Passion, twice, my babies. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I have to say, okay, put this on pause. Thank you so much, my loves. With the synchronicities in the tarot here, I am so excited to do this Patreon reading. I am so excited for what's to come through. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, makes sense. So part of what I feel you both have, you know, kind of agreed to is you both want to come together and will do, with like a tangible existence. You know what I mean? Like you both want to have like a tangible life, like something you're proud of that you can show this person, your fucking divine counterpart, your Four of Wands, your Knight of Cups, your, what the fuck else do we get? Nine of Cups, your Queen of Wands, King of Wands, etc, etc, etc. You want to say, I've built this and now we get to exist in it together. I get to combine this with the beautiful life you've created, and it gets to merge into something even grander, even better than we could have envisioned for ourselves on our own. And that feels like where your focus, both of your focuses have been for the last 1-2 years specifically, is building up your finances, paying off debts, making money, establishing businesses, etc, etc, change of jobs, etc, etc, etc. And it feels like that's going really well. Really, really, really well. And you're coming together too. I do feel like you end up working together as well. I don't feel as though you work together now. I don't feel as though you meet through work. But I feel like eventually when you're in an established connection, your passions allow you both to then work together. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. It's hard to remember. It's hard to relinquish control. I do feel as though the both of you do have a desire for control. So the fact that the universe is being like, we got it, just sit back, is difficult, but I do feel as though you both are working in a very dedicated way to be in a position where you're able to trust and to allow things to unfold. And things are unfolding like the Four of Cups, my babies. There is a lot more happening than you can see right now. You are a lot closer than you can tell. This is a beautiful connection, gorgeous connection. Somebody loves, I feel like, yeah, somebody loves when the other person sings to them, especially when they're sleeping or cuddling. And retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. I do see a lot of travel in this connection. I feel like there's a lot of parts of the world that you both want to see. I see, yeah, a lot of travel, a lot of vacation time. I do feel as though you get like a kind of like hideaway vacation spot, a cabin or a cottage or something that like you two just, it's for you. And eventually, like for those of you that resonate with, you know, wanting to have a family, etc, etc, it's for your family, it's for friends, etc, and so on. But right now, or when you first get it, it's like, it's the world you two exist in. You get to disconnect from everything else and just exist simultaneously, and it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful energy. I'm so fucking excited. Oh my goodness, this is marvelous. Is there anything else, my loves? Oh, all right, my babies. If you are ending the reading here and don't want to go over to Patreon, that is okay. If you want to hear more about the physical intimacy aspect of your connection, I will have the link to Patreon. I can't get over that, I'm keeping you out. In the description box and in a pinned comment down below. But if you're like, no thanks, which I would understand in this reading, because there's so much that's really good and really exciting already, that if you're like feeling overwhelmed, I get it, my babies, don't fret, don't worry. And if you're ending it here, then that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it, my loves. If you enjoyed that, please feel free to, hello, let me know by leaving a comment down. I would love to hear from you. Love to talk to you guys. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon with the exclusive readings, extended readings, so on and what have you. My Etsy store, my Instagram, and my email for more information on private readings is down in the description box below. I am so fucking beyond happy for you. I can't even understand it. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you very, very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my loves. Last but certainly not least, group number 4. This is your reading on your next passionate encounter and what draws you into them. We have look to the stars. Okay. Oh, this is nice. This is fun. Be still. Okay, we're getting a lot of very spiritually energy in today's readings, the last few groups. But I feel like, okay, we have 2 wishing stars here. So it does, oh, 3. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. Am I right? Jesus Christ. All right. This feels like confirmation that the person coming towards you is the person you have actively manifested. And we have looked to the stars and we have be still. So it's like, okay, you've been wishing, you've been asking, you don't need to do anything more than that, my loves. It's on its way. Time to go feels like it's this, it feels like you're meant to be in this period of rest, of receiving 4 of Swords energy, just, you know, resting. You've done the work, you've done the effort, you've gone through what you've needed to go through, you've gone through the ebb and flow of emotions that you needed to go through, and now you're just, you know, meant to recuperate for yourself. And this person is running towards you. We have the 5 of Coins and we have the King of Coins, King of Pentacles. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so it feels like you have had, what am I pulling first? What am I doing with my life? Oh, this one. It feels like you have had a past experience. It feels like your most recent romantic experience with somebody who just, they did you wrong, my babies. They did you wrong. They, I won't go too much into it. I don't need to. You know what they're about. I know what they're about. We don't need to give them the time of day. Right, my babies? You've healed. You've moved past it. You've let them go into the fucking cavern from whence they came. And they're gone. They're gone. We're done with them. Beautiful energy. Difficult for you to let go of. And you've gone through the resulting trials and tribulations of having gone through that experience, having released that experience, etc., etc. And it hasn't been easy. Hasn't been easy. Hasn't been comfortable. A lot of transformation. Beautiful confirmation, Violet Flame. Yes, definitely. You have... I knew that was coming out eventually today. You have healed a lot of what, you know, you have needed to let go of. And you've healed a lot of, you know, the kind of mentality that has been instilled upon you that you deserve less than being respected and valued and treasured and cherished. And you have built yourself up to a point where you know what you're worthy of. You know what you're meant to have. You know what you're meant to be receiving. And it's taken some time. It has taken quite a bit of time. It's taken a lot of belief in yourself. It's taken a lot of leaning on spirit. That's what they're there for, my darlings. They love you unconditionally. They only want the best for you. It's taken a lot of mental resets, you know, reevaluating the way that you think about yourself and the way that you see yourself and the way that you value yourself. And knowing that those aspects will then reflect to another partner. And so really you've done it. You've done the hard work, my babies. You've pulled yourself out of the cold. You have pushed yourself through the storm into a better situation, into a healing and safe situation that feels good. And I feel like you feel it. I feel like you feel very, very good, very healed, very rejuvenated. You feel very ready, very excited. I mean, you've gone up, but also this does look a certain way in which pertains to what we're talking about. And, you know, it's fine. We'll get into that in a second. Down, boy. And so... group number 4, I'm so sorry. You always get the most unhinged of my energy. It feels like the person that you're welcoming is this King of Pentacles. So yes, they've taken their time. Yes, it's taken, you know, a bit of time for you both to do what you need to do to get to each other. But what they're coming forward with, what they are bringing to you is something tangible, something real, and something permanent. You know, it takes a long time for the pentacles to sprout and to grow and to sustain and to become fruitful, but then you have it forever. yeah, so a lot of transformation energy. Some of you could even have a butterfly tattoo. Butterflies, big signifiers. We have grieving, we have love, and we have manifestation. Okay, that's gorgeous. You get very clear messages from spirit, I will say, my babies. Very clear messages. And yeah, you've been in your Three of Swords energy, which makes a lot of sense because I do feel as though currently you're in your Four of Swords energy. But this person sees you, my loves. I feel like this is somebody that you know in the physical. This is somebody who sees you regularly. So either you work with them or they're on the same like daily commute as you, or they work in a place that you visit every day. This is somebody that you see. We have the King of Pentacles again, my babies, the confirmations. Thank you so much. This is somebody who sees you every day and they see how lovely you are, how soft and gentle and compassionate you are, how giving you are, how kind you are, how, you know, I feel like they've even seen you in like a circumstance where like you were in a restaurant or a store or something and someone was getting upset and riled up and you just spoke in like the calmest, most unbothered way to like calm them down and get them to be nicer to the people that worked there. Like they just see so much compassion and love coming from you. I feel like some of you could have a pet as well. They could see you like walking your pet or being with your pet and like the gentleness that you have in that regard. Or see you with family, you know, nieces, nephews, something. Some of you could be single parents. There's just, yeah, there she is. There's just something that is so sweet about you that they just fucking adore. It's like they want to protect you from the whole wide world. And you, yeah, we have Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the Knight of Cups, which is beautiful. You have, what was I saying? Bring it back. You just have this very, like, beautiful connection with the world around you. It's like you want to impact the people and the animals and the space around you in the most positive way that you can. You're very tuned into to energy, especially in the energy in your direct vicinity. And so anything that kind of mars or shakes up that energy, you go to right very quickly. And this person sees that. They see you very, 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 very clearly. I can hear you saying this isn't too good to be true. And it's kind of like you're saying it like you're trying to like hype yourself up, like this isn't too good to be true. This is real. This is real. I do see this person being the person to start talking to you, to approach you and to ask you out. I feel like right now they haven't yet spoken to you more than like a casual hi, how are you type thing. So they don't really know how to gauge, you know, whether or not you're in a relationship, in a dynamic, etc., etc., especially for those of you who resonate as being single parents. So they don't want to, you know, it's pretty, gotta have some brass balls or be pretty fucking out of your field of awareness to approach somebody with their child and be like, hey, do you want to go out? You know, that's something. That's something. The risk versus the reward on that one is pretty wild. You can get stuck in your head a lot, my babies, and well, you trust your ability to manifest, well, you trust your spiritual guides, well, you trust, you know, the divine around you who have taken such good care of you, your fears can kind of take the forefront and be like, what if I repeat the cycle that I've let go of before? What if, you know, I see something and I'm just so excited to have something, you know, for the first time in a while, that I jump on it and it's not for me, and then I'm back to square one. Trusting your intuition, my darlings, trusting that, I mean, we have the King of Pentacles twice here, and we have the Knight of Cups. There are seldom more trustworthy cards than the Kings and Knights of Pentacles and Cups, my babies. Those are very authentic, very truthful, very devoted, very honest, very dedicated energies. And that's what this person feels like. So it feels like, you know, Spirit is reassuring you to put those kind of fears to rest, to let go of the past, to let go of the fears, to know that this person is not you know, sneaking around. They're not betraying you. They're not, you know, pulling any kind of tricks that somebody in the past had done. And I feel like that message is coming through because it's an important reminder to not hold this person accountable for mistakes that they had no part in. Do you know what I mean, my loves? And I know that you won't. You're very forgiving, but, you know, and this is, you know, needing to be understanding of yourself as well, and understanding that this is the first time since you've released this past connection that you have entertained, you know, a romantic relationship or going out with somebody or being physical with somebody. So knowing that those feelings are going to come up, but they're not going to be forever, but also reassurance from spirit to not listen to them, that those feelings are not intuitive insights, my loves, and you know they're not, because they create that feeling of anxiety. Thank you, my loves. We have very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world and let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So it does feel as though this person is already aware of you. I do not feel as though you are already aware of this person, but I feel like part of why spirit is being a bit more vague on this than they have in the other readings is because, again, you're meant to be in that Four of Swords energy. You're meant to just sit back and let this person approach you, and trusting yourself to know when it's this person reaching out to you, and, you know, trusting your own feelings and trusting, you know, the draw that you feel to this person, because this person really, really, really appreciates you. They think you're absolutely stunning. They just love the way that you impact in such a positive way every aspect of the world around you. They're going to appreciate you fully. They're going to, I mean, they already do, very genuinely. They already appreciate you fully. They want to treat you very, very kindly. They want to treat you very gently. They want to love you. They want to adore you. They really do. It's a really undeniable pull that they feel towards you, my loves. Very exciting. So knowing that you don't have to do anything. This connection is coming towards you. This person will be approaching you, and you're going to know. And trusting your instincts, and trusting that, you know, if this person feels good, if this if this person feels right, if this feels like the person you're meant to pursue or to accept the offer from, then trusting that and not listening to any fears that come up, but knowing that those fears are probably going to come up, my loves, because that's just a part of healing. Sometimes, you know, the things we've healed from bubble up a little bit, and it's, you know, due to our healing that we're able to be like, no, I know that's not accurate, and quieting those fears, my loves. Is there anything else for this portion? Ooh. All right, my loves, if you would like to hear about the more physically intimate aspects of this connection, I will have the link to the Patreon reading in the description, as well as in a pinned comment. If you're like, no thanks, I'm good, baby, that's all good, my love, and you're ending it here, then we will say goodbye here for now, my sweet darlings. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know. I love hearing from you. I love talking to you. If the reading resonated and my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon with the extended readings, exclusive readings, my Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings and pricing and all that good stuff are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you very, very much. I'm very excited for you. Bye.